Because AJ gonna kill him. I mean, like, it's unfair. Someone that's...
I genuinely fear, like most people do, for Jake Paul, because if he fights Anthony Joshua, it's not going to end well.
Distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud.
Fighters explain how scary good Anthony Joshua is. Derek Chisora makes it crystal clear that AJ is in another league. This isn't just winning, it's annihilation. Any opponent, especially Jake Paul, is walking into a nightmare. AJ's power, timing, and skill leave no room for mistakes. He'll smoke anyone fast and efficiently.
Easy fight for him. And I think this should be laid to rest, because I don't think AJ's gonna go in and try and pat. AJ's gonna smoke him.
Derek Chisora makes it brutally clear. Anthony Joshua isn't here for a long, drawn-out fight. He's a finisher, a man who dismantles opponents with ruthless efficiency. Jake Paul is entering the ring against a force of nature. AJ's track record proves he ends fights fast, and anyone expecting a miracle is in for a harsh reality.
No, I don't back Jake Paul. That means, what is AJ doing? He has to smoke him in 3 rounds. The same way he did in Ngannou. How many rounds was in Ngannou?
It's 2, second round.
Exactly. So he has to smoke him.
Duke McKenzie doesn't hold back. He paints a picture of Anthony Joshua as a nightmare waiting to happen. Jake Paul isn't just facing a heavyweight, he's facing a master of power, precision, and mental dominance. Every move AJ makes is calculated destruction, and McKenzie predicts an early night where Joshua reminds the world why he's a true champion.
He said, you know what, I need to get my fighter a couple of easy ones just to get his confidence back, so he can bring him back to the fore, bring him back to everybody's imagination. Everybody sees him knocking somebody out, looking good doing it. So this guy's made for Anthony Joshua. It'll be another Ngannou early night for Joshua, where he gets a little bit.
Anthony Joshua's physical advantage is terrifying, and Tony Bellew highlights it perfectly. AJ isn't just bigger, he's a heavyweight monster, a 2-time world champion built for punishment and precision. Jake Paul stepping into the ring with him is like stepping into a hurricane. There's no dodging AJ's size, power, or skill. This fight would be over before Paul even knows what hit him.
Anthony Joshua, who's now 5 inches bigger than you, maybe more, or 4 or 5 inches, and about 100 pounds heavier. You just don't go from there right up to there. I don't believe it. And I won't believe it until the two of them got 10-ounce gloves on in a boxing ring. Because if Anthony Joshua puts 10-ounce gloves on and gets in a boxing ring and Jake Paul is in the other corner, this won't last long.
Johnny Nelson doesn't mince words. Jake Paul is stepping into uncharted danger. AJ isn't just a name. He's a 2-time world champion with the power to end fights in a blink. Nelson underlines the business side of boxing letting this happen, but in the ring, there's no protection. This fight isn't just risky, it's borderline reckless for Paul.
So you think this could be dangerous for Jake Paul?
Oh my goodness, without a doubt. Now the governing bodies now have got to look at this. Would they sanction this fight in any other dimension? No, they wouldn't. But unfortunately, boxing is now more business than show. And this is business, and so the sanctioning bodies aren't going to say, no, this kid doesn't deserve to be.
Carl Frosch cuts straight to the point. Jake Paul has never faced anyone like AJ. This isn't about skill alone, it's the size, power, and elite experience Joshua brings. Paul's previous opponents don't even compare. Frosch's words are a warning. AJ isn't just tough, he's a force that turns any underprepared challenger into a punching bag.
AJ's a big punching heavyweight, and fake Paul's never been in with a heavyweight. Like I said earlier, he lost to Tommy Fury, a cruiserweight. He lost to him. Tommy Fury's not even British level. So you can't chuck fake Paul in with Anthony Joshua and take it serious. Why?
This is Anthony Joshua in pure destroyer mode. No filters, no hesitation. When AJ talks like this, fighters listen because he delivers exactly what he promises. This mentality is why heavyweights fear him. Jake Paul stepping into this storm isn't bravery, it's self-endangerment dressed as confidence.
Went out there, spent time with the 3-time undisputed champ. They're killing me, drilling me, but this is where I need to be. And that's how serious I'm taking Jake. Respect to him. I'm not only fighting Jake, I'm fighting his mind, the psychological aspect of Jake that I need to break. A man who believes in himself. They say he's delusional. I've got to break that delusion and bring him down to a reality check. Make him have a reality check in the ring.
Sam Jones keeps it brutally honest. AJ's right hand isn't a YouTube-friendly punch, it's a shutdown switch. The same shot that froze Ngannou can't be absorbed by someone with Jake's experience level. One clean connection and this fight ends in frightening career-questioning fashion.
Listen, we can all joke, but nobody wants any permanent damage to happen to Jake Paul. But if Anthony Joshua hits Jake Paul with the right hand he hit Francis Ngannou with, he could brown bread him.
David Benavidez highlights exactly why AJ is untouchable. This isn't just hype, his accolades prove it. Multiple-time champion, Olympic gold, and destructive power in the ring. Any fighter lacking experience stepping in with him is facing a one-sided nightmare. Ngannou's example was brutal and telling. Joshua's precision and ability to dismantle less skilled opponents makes him a complete force. Jake Paul, despite his confidence, is far from the caliber needed to survive in AJ's ring. Expect a masterclass from Joshua. His skill, timing, and knockout power leave zero room for mistakes or surprises.
Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua. You know, he's multiple-time champion, Olympic gold medalist. You know what I mean? The last time somebody stepped in the ring with him that didn't have that much boxing experience was Ngannou, and you've seen what happened to him. But
Duke McKenzie explains the massive mismatch between AJ and Jake Paul. Joshua's size, power, and experience create an almost impossible challenge for anyone untested at the top level. Jake Paul hasn't fought elite heavyweights, and stepping into the ring against AJ is essentially stepping into a storm with no umbrella. Joshua's ring intelligence, timing, and knockout power make him a nightmare for less experienced opponents. This isn't just a fight, it's a complete physical and technical mismatch, where every punch Joshua lands could be decisive.
I don't believe to fight Anthony Joshua. It's not like he's beaten, 4 or 5, top line heavyweights, other heavyweights. I don't believe he's boxed any heavyweights.
Logan Paul's reaction underlines just how terrifying AJ can be. Francis Ngannou, a monstrous fighter, was neutralized in minutes. The magnitude of Joshua's skill and power is undeniable. He dismantles even the most physically imposing opponents with ease. Jake Paul lacks the experience, technique, and durability to contend with AJ's brutal efficiency. This isn't a fight of equals. It's a high-stakes mismatch where every punch from Joshua could end the conversation. The boxing world knows this, and even outsiders like Logan recognize the sheer danger Paul faces stepping into the heavyweight arena.
The Joshua thing is crazy.
Is that a real conversation?
Jake's a fucking lunatic, and it's probably real. I saw Joshua knock out Francis Ngannou, and the guy was like out cold for 5 minutes, and this is a guy who had never been knocked down, let alone knocked out.
If he steps in the ring with him, and actually a bell rings and there are punches thrown, every bit of Jake Paul is not a real boxer conversation is gone forever.
Carl Froch predicts a brutal, short fight, pointing out the skill gap between Joshua and Jake Paul. Even if AJ isn't at his peak, his timing, precision, and knockout power make him overwhelmingly dangerous. Paul's lack of technical boxing knowledge and previous losses expose him to a swift defeat. Froch emphasizes that this isn't just a mismatch, it's a one-sided showcase where Joshua's fundamentals and lethal combinations dominate the ring. Fans shouldn't expect any surprises. This is a scenario where experience, skill, and power converge, leaving Paul with minimal chance to survive even a single round.
This is a one-round job because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud.
Tony Jeffries paints a realistic picture that separates hype from reality. While Jake Paul possesses surprising power and the ability to land heavy shots, stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua is a completely different ballgame. Joshua's skill set is not just about punching hard, it's about timing, precision, ring IQ, and finishing instincts honed over years of elite competition. Every heavyweight Joshua has faced, from Francis Ngannou to world-class contenders, has felt his authority. Jake Paul, despite his confidence and knockout streak in lighter bouts, is outclassed in every dimension. Jeffries' comment underscores the staggering gap in experience, athleticism, and fight IQ. Paul might land a clean shot, but Joshua will dismantle him systematically. This is a fight where one punch or one well-timed combination could decide the outcome in Joshua's favor, highlighting the terrifying efficiency of the Brit.
Going to win this fight by knockout, you would think I'm absolutely crazy, right? But the thing is, it can happen. 10-ounce gloves, heavyweight, Jake Paul can punch hard, but do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not, mate. Anthony Joshua is an absolute beast, an unbelievable, highly skilled, highly trained, highly experienced professional boxer with power in both hands, and he's really good.
Dave Allen highlights one of the most glaring issues: sheer physical mismatch. Anthony Joshua's frame, weight, and natural size advantages make this fight extraordinarily one-sided. Jake Paul's cruiserweight background offers no preparation for an opponent of AJ's magnitude. Beyond just mass, Joshua carries speed, reach, and professional level conditioning that far exceeds anything Paul has faced. Allen's words underscore the cold reality boxing isn't just about courage or power, it's about handling elite size and elite skill simultaneously. When someone like Joshua gets rolling, his ability to control range and impose his will is overwhelming, leaving smaller, less experienced fighters at a severe disadvantage. In short, Paul isn't just fighting a man, he's facing a juggernaut built for dominance.
I'm not sure really, Jake Paul's a cruiserweight, isn't he? Not even that. He won't be anywhere near as big as partner of mine, Anthony Joshua.
Spencer Oliver doesn't mince words. He paints a picture of absolute danger for Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua's ability to neutralize Francis Ngannou in mere rounds demonstrates the lethal combination of technique, timing, and raw power. Oliver emphasizes the disparity in background. Paul's experience is limited to white-collar boxing and a handful of professional bouts, none of which prepared him for a seasoned elite heavyweight like Joshua. Even Paul's only legitimate boxing experience ended in defeat, highlighting the massive gap in skill and composure. Every aspect of this fight favors Joshua: reach, strength, conditioning, and the killer instinct that finishes fights decisively. Oliver's blunt warning frames this as more than a mismatch, it's a potential demolition, with Paul facing a professional machine.
Jake Paul, that's all I can say. We saw what Anthony Joshua had done to Francis Ngannou. He went out there and iced him in a couple of rounds. A guy coming from a different discipline. Well, this kid's coming from another level. White-collar boxing in 2018, gone through the mill, and the only boxer really that he's actually boxed, a legitimate boxer he got beat by, and that was in Tommy Fury.
Eddie Hearn's verdict is brutal but realistic. Jake Paul is stepping into a storm far beyond his capability. Joshua's combination of experience, power, precision, and killer instinct leaves no room for underestimation. Hearn captures the undeniable fact Paul isn't just at a disadvantage, he is completely outclassed. Joshua can dismantle opponents piece by piece, exploiting every technical flaw and weakness. Hearn's blunt language underscores the inevitability. Paul faces a true heavyweight phenomenon. The odds are stacked, not just against him, but overwhelmingly so. For boxing fans, this is a reminder of the terrifying skill gap and why Anthony Joshua is widely regarded as one of the most fearsome heavyweights in modern boxing.
Got absolutely no chance. I think he's going to get smashed to pieces.
After hearing from the legends, pundits, and fighters themselves, one thing is crystal clear. Anthony Joshua is a nightmare for anyone stepping into the ring with him, and Jake Paul is no exception. From Derek Chisora's warning that AJ will smoke him in seconds, to Tani Jafari's breaking down Joshua's precision, power, and fight IQ, the message is unanimous. AJ is on another level. Experts like Dave Allen and Spencer Oliver highlight the massive size, skill, and experience gap, while Eddie Hearn bluntly confirms Paul has absolutely no chance and will likely be dismantled. Every angle, from physicality to ring intelligence, screams one thing: this isn't just a mismatch, it's a masterclass waiting to happen. For boxing fans, this is a perfect storm of excitement, fear, and anticipation. The questions now aren't just who will win, but how fast and how decisively AJ will prove why he is a two-time world champion and Olympic gold medalist. Comment below, do you think Jake Paul can survive even a single round, or is Anthony Joshua about to rewrite the definition of dominance?